I have a very dry sense of humor. I also tend to deliver it completely deadpan. Unfortunately, it doesn't always arrive with subtitles. Years ago, I was at a party and I met this really lovely woman. We clicked immediately. She was funny, interesting, easy to talk to, and I remember thinking, we could actually be friends. So I asked where she lived, and she said, Pasadena. At that time, I was living in Orange County, California, which is at least an hour away from Pasadena. And without missing a beat, I just said, well, I guess I'll never see you again. In my British head, that was obviously a joke. What I meant was, of course I'd like to see you again, but with the California traffic, that might defeat us both. But that's not what she just heard. She just looked at me completely stunned. And then it became awkward and we drifted apart. And I still sometimes think about the friendship I may have killed with my one badly delivered joke. Now, you would think that I would learn from this. I did not. A few years later, my son and I were at an Indian wedding. We were giggling or laughing about something when a woman I knew came over and said, "You're always so happy and energetic. How do you do it?" And I immediately replied, "Oh, it's all the drugs." The words were out before my brain had a chance to intervene. Again, in my head, it was so absurd that it could only be a joke. Her face told me otherwise. She looked genuinely horrified. Even my son commented, "Oh, Mum." I still kind of cringe when I think about it. Both times, I knew exactly what I meant. I knew I liked the woman from Pasadena. I knew I was joking at the wedding. But neither of them had access to the version of me inside my head. They only had the words that I had actually said. I think I sometimes assume people can hear the smile in my head or the delivery that I meant. Well, they can't hear. And intent matters. But delivery is what the other person has to work with. I still have the same dry, deadpan sense of humor. And at this point, I'm pretty sure that that part of me is staying. But I'm now slightly more aware that not every joke survives the journey from my brain to someone else's face. Thank you so much for spending a few moments with me today.